you have ever stood in the chicken breed aisle of a hatchery catalog, completely overwhelmed by fancy names and glossy photos, wondering which bird is actually going to fill your egg basket every single morning, then this is the video you have been waiting for. Egg prices at the grocery store are not getting any cheaper, and more families are deciding that raising their own flock is not just a hobby, it is a smart financial move. But here is the problem. Not all chickens are created equal. Some breeds will give you a measly 100 eggs a year and eat you out of house and home doing it, while others practically turn feed into eggs like a machine. Today we are counting down the top 7 chicken breeds for maximum egg production, starting with the steady, reliable workhorses and building all the way up to the elite layers that commercial egg farms trust to keep grocery store shelves stocked. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which breed fits your climate, your experience level, and your goals, whether that is filling a dozen cartons a week or just having a few friendly hens in the backyard. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel Farm Equation, where we break down real, practical homesteading knowledge to help you build a more self-sufficient life. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an upload. It genuinely helps this channel grow and keeps this kind of content coming your way every week. Number 7, the Sussex. Kicking off our list at number 7 is the Sussex, a breed that has been quietly feeding families for centuries and still holds its own today. The Sussex is not going to blow you away with jaw-dropping numbers, but what it lacks in flash, it makes up for in dependability. You are looking at somewhere between 200 and 250 medium to large eggs per year, and those eggs come out a lovely light brown color that looks beautiful in a carton. What really sets the Sussex apart, though, is not the raw number. It is the consistency. While a lot of high-production breeds burn out fast and taper off hard after their first year or two, the Sussex just keeps chugging along. These hens are known for laying well into their 3rd and even 4th years, which means you get a much longer return on your investment before you need to think about replacing your flock. On top of that, Sussex chickens have remarkably robust immune systems. They shrug off minor illnesses that might knock other breeds out for weeks, and they handle stress from weather swings or flock changes without missing a beat. But honestly, the biggest selling point for a lot of backyard keepers is temperament. Sussex chickens are famous for being calm, friendly, and downright cuddly by chicken standards. They will follow you around the yard, hop up for a scratch, and tolerate kids picking them up without much fuss. If you are just getting started with chickens, or if you have young children who want to be involved in the flock, the Sussex is about as close to a perfect starter breed as you can get. It is not the bird that is going to maximize every single egg, but it is the bird that makes chicken keeping enjoyable, sustainable, and low stress for years at a time. Number 6, the Plymouth Rock. Moving up to number 6, we have the Plymouth Rock, an absolute American classic that has been a backyard staple since the 1800s. At their peak, Plymouth Rocks can lay up to 280 eggs in a single year, which already puts them a step above the Sussex. But the real magic of this breed is how incredibly tough and adaptable it is. Plymouth Rocks are rated to handle everything from Zone 3 all the way through Zone 10, meaning whether you are dealing with brutal Minnesota winters or scorching Texas summers, this bird is going to hold up. That kind of climate flexibility is huge if you live somewhere with extreme weather swings, because a lot of high production breeds simply cannot handle the stress of severe cold or intense heat without a dip in laying. The Plymouth Rock does not really care, it just keeps producing. Beyond their hardiness, these chickens are also excellent foragers. If you let them free range even part of the day, they will actively hunt down bugs, seeds, and greens, which cuts down your feed bill noticeably over time. That is a big deal if you are trying to keep your operation as cost-effective as possible. Another bonus with the Plymouth Rock is that the hens go broody fairly easily, meaning they have a strong instinct to sit on and hatch their own eggs. If you are interested in growing your flock naturally without an incubator, a broody Plymouth Rock hen will happily do that work for you. All in all, this breed strikes a fantastic balance between solid egg output, low maintenance care, and genuine self-sufficiency, which is exactly why it has remained a homestead favorite for well over a century. Number 5, the Orpington. At number 5, we have the Orpington, and if you live somewhere with brutal winters, this breed might just be the answer to your prayers. Orpingtons produce a similar number of eggs to the Plymouth Rock, somewhere in that 250 to 280 range. But the reason they earn their spot on this list is not the quantity, it is where and when they produce. This breed was essentially built for freezing, wet, miserable winter conditions. Their feathers are thick, fluffy, and incredibly insulating, almost like they are wearing a built-in down jacket at all times. That insulation does more than just keep them comfortable, it actually allows them to keep laying through cold snaps, when other thinner feathered breeds will slow down or stop producing altogether. If you have ever dealt with an egg drought in January because your hens simply refuse to lay in the cold, an Orpington could solve that problem for you. Beyond their cold weather superpower, Orpingtons are also some of the most docile, affectionate chickens you will ever meet. Many keepers describe them as practically being pets rather than livestock. They enjoy being held, they are gentle with children, and they tend to get along beautifully with other breeds in a mixed flock. On top of the personality, they are also gorgeous birds, coming in stunning color varieties like buff, black, and blue, so they add a real visual charm to your coop. Now, it is not all sunshine and roses with this breed. Orpingtons are large, heavy-bodied birds, which means they eat more feed than smaller breeds. And if you are not careful about portion control, they can pack on excess weight, which in turn can actually hurt their egg production. So if you choose this breed, just keep an eye on their body condition and make sure they are staying active rather than just parked by the feeder all day. Manage that one issue, and the Orpington rewards you with cold hardy eggs, and one of the sweetest personalities in the chicken world. Number 4, the Rhode Island Red. Coming in at number 4 is the Rhode Island Red, a breed that basically defines the phrase hardcore survivalist in the chicken world. These birds can lay up to 300 large brown eggs per year, which is a serious jump up from everything we have covered so far, and they manage to keep that production level remarkably steady for 4 to 5 full years. That kind of longevity is rare. A lot of breeds hit their peak in year 1 and then start declining fast, but Rhode Island Reds are built different. They resist disease exceptionally well, they handle stress from predators, weather, or flock disruptions without their egg output taking a nosedive, and they just keep delivering year after year. Part of what makes them so resilient is their instinct to forage. Rhode Island Reds are active, curious birds that thrive in a free-ranging setup where they can scratch, peck, and hunt for their own supplemental nutrition. If you have got the space to let your flock roam, this breed will take full advantage of it. And that natural foraging drive contributes to both their health and their impressive laying consistency. Now, there is a flip side to that toughness. Rhode Island Reds can be pushy within the flock's pecking order. They are not bullies exactly, but they are assertive. And if you are mixing them with more timid breeds like the Sussex or the Orpington, you will want to keep an eye on how the social dynamics shake out. The roosters in particular have earned a bit of a reputation for aggressiveness. So if you are planning to keep a rooster around for breeding or flock protection, just know that a Rhode Island Red rooster can be a handful, especially around small children. Despite that one caution, if you want a breed that combines serious egg numbers with genuine toughness and staying power, the Rhode Island Red is one of the most trusted names in the business for good reason. Quick question for you before we move on, and I would love to hear your answer down in the comments. Would you rather have a smaller flock of super high producing hens, or a bigger flock of steady, reliable layers like the ones we have covered so far? Let me know what you are leaning towards, because it actually matters a lot for which breed you pick next. Alright, let's keep going. Number 3, the Red Star. At number 3, we are stepping into hybrid territory with the Red Star, sometimes called a sex-linked hybrid, and this bird is a masterclass in purpose-built efficiency. Red Stars were essentially engineered by crossing specific breeds to maximize one thing and one thing only: egg output, and it shows. These hens will lay somewhere between 300 and 320 plus eggs per year, putting them firmly into elite territory. What is even more impressive is how fast they get there. While a lot of breeds take 5, 6, even 7 months to start laying, Red Stars are ready to go at just 4 to 5 months old. That means less time and feed invested before you start seeing a return in the egg basket, which is a massive advantage if you are running any kind of small-scale egg operation and need production up and running quickly. One of the coolest practical features of the Red Star is the sex-linked trait baked into their genetics. Because of how they are bred, the male and female chicks hatch out in different colors. Males come out white while females come out red, which means you can tell exactly which chicks are hens and which are roosters the moment they hatch. If you have ever dealt with the frustration of raising a batch of straight-run chicks for months only to discover half of them are roosters you did not want, you will appreciate just how valuable that instant sexing ability is. It saves time, saves feed, and and takes a lot of guesswork out of flock planning. Now, hybrids like the Red Star do come with real trade-offs. Because they are a cross rather than a purebred line, they do not breed true, meaning if you hatch eggs from a Red Star hen, the offspring will not reliably inherit that same incredible laying ability. You essentially have to keep buying new Red Star chicks or pullets if you want to maintain that production level generation after generation. On top of that, these birds tend to burn out relatively fast. After about 2 years, you will often see a sharp drop-off in their laying rate, so they are really best thought of as high output, shorter term layers, rather than a long haul breed. If your priority is squeezing out maximum eggs as fast as possible, and you do not mind cycling your flock every couple of years, the Red Star is an outstanding choice. Number 2, the Australorp. Number 2 on our list is the Australorp, and this breed genuinely has a legendary story behind it. Australorps consistently lay over 300 eggs per year, and unlike some other high production birds, they manage to do it without the dramatic burnout that plagues hybrids like the Red Star. But before we get into why they are so good, let's talk about that fun fact, because it is a real piece of chicken history. Back in 1922, an Australorp hen set a world record by laying an astonishing 364 eggs in 365 days. Think about that for a second. That is essentially an egg every single day for an entire year, missing only one day out of the whole calendar. That record has stood as one of the most legendary achievements in poultry history, and it really cemented the Australorp's reputation as one of the most efficient laying breeds ever developed. What makes the Australorp so special in a practical, everyday sense is their exceptional feed to egg conversion. These birds are remarkably efficient at turning what they eat into actual eggs, rather than wasted energy, which means you get more production out of every pound of feed compared to a lot of other breeds. They are also impressively resilient across a wide range of climates, handling both hot and cold conditions, without their laying schedule taking a significant hit, similar to what we saw with the Plymouth Rock, but arguably even more consistent. And critically, they do all of this without burning out early. While a Red Star might tap out after 2 years, an Australorp keeps delivering strong numbers well beyond that window, giving you a much better long-term return. Beyond the pure production stats, Australorps are also just lovely birds to have around. They are calm and friendly, easy to handle, and they get along well in mixed flocks. Visually, they are stunning too, with jet black feathers that catch the light and reveal a gorgeous iridescent green sheen, almost like a shimmer of oil on water. It is a rare combination, a bird that looks like a show-quality showstopper, while also functioning as one of the most reliable, record-setting layers in chicken history. If you want elite-level egg production, paired with a breed that will still be going strong years down the road, the Australorp is about as close to perfect as it gets. And now we have arrived at number 1, the undisputed heavyweight champion of egg production, the White Leghorn. If you have ever bought a carton of white eggs from a grocery store, there is an extremely good chance those eggs came from a White Leghorn, because this breed is the backbone of the entire commercial egg industry. We are talking about 320 to as many as 364 eggs per year, putting this breed at the absolute top of the pack, rivaling even that legendary Australorp world record. So what makes the White Leghorn so ridiculously productive? It comes down to genetics that have been refined over generations for one singular purpose: efficiency. These are lightweight birds, and that is not an accident, it is by design. White Leghorns have been genetically optimized to take almost every single calorie they consume and funnel it directly into egg production, rather than storing it as body fat or muscle mass. Where a heavier breed like the Orpington might convert extra feed into body weight, a White Leghorn converts that same feed into eggs. This makes them, pound for pound, the most feed-efficient breed available today, which is exactly why commercial operations rely on them so heavily. From a pure numbers and economic standpoint, there really is no better bird if maximum output per dollar spent on feed is your top priority. However, and this is important, the White Leghorn is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. These birds are nervous and flighty by nature. They startle easily, they are not fond of being picked up or cuddled, and if you are hoping for a docile lap-sitting pet, like the Sussex or Orpington, the Leghorn is going to disappoint you in that department. They are working birds through and through, laser focused on production rather than affection. On top of that, their brooding instinct has been almost entirely bred out of them over generations of selective breeding for egg output. That means, if you are hoping to let your hens naturally hatch out their own chicks someday, white leghorns are not going to help you with that goal. You will need an incubator or a broody hen of a different breed to do that job. But if raw egg numbers are your only concern, if you want the absolute maximum volume of eggs from the smallest amount of feed, the white leghorn stands alone at the top for a reason. So there you have it, the top 7 chicken breeds ranked by egg production. But here is the thing to really take away from this whole list. The best breed is not necessarily the one with the highest number on paper. It is the one that actually fits your specific setup, your climate, and your goals. If your number one priority is squeezing out the absolute maximum volume of eggs, and you are not too worried about temperament, go with a white leghorn or an Australorp. Both of these breeds will fill your egg baskets faster than almost anything else out there. If you live somewhere that deals with brutal, freezing winters, and you have struggled with hens shutting down egg production the moment the temperature drops, the Orpington is going to be your best friend, thanks to that thick, insulating plumage that keeps them laying when other breeds simply give up. If you want a tough, versatile, free-ranging all-rounder that can handle whatever your climate throws at it while still producing strong numbers, look at either the Rhode Island Red or the Plymouth Rock, both breeds that combine hardiness with respectable output and real self-sufficiency. And finally, if you are newer to chicken keeping, or if you have got kids who want gentle, friendly birds they can actually interact with, the Sussex remains one of the sweetest, steadiest family layers you can bring home. At the end of the day, building the right flock is not about chasing the single highest number. It is about matching the right breed's strengths to your real-life circumstances. Think about your winters. Think about how much space you have for foraging. Think about whether you want a pet or a production machine, and choose accordingly. Do that, and whichever breed you land on, you will end up with a flock that keeps your fridge stocked with fresh eggs for years to come. If you found this breakdown helpful, let us know in the comments which breed you are leaning towards for your own flock. And if you want more homesteading content just like this straight from our homestead here at Farm Equation, make sure you are subscribed so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.